All right, welcome back. Today, we are tackling one of the trickiest parts of being a leader, performance management. We're going to break down exactly how you can shift your whole approach, turning something people dread into a seriously powerful tool for growth. It's all about moving from being a judge to becoming a coach. So let's just start with a feeling I bet we all recognize. You know that knot you get in your stomach right before a performance review? It doesn't matter if you're the one giving it or the one getting it. For way too long, this whole process has been about anxiety and just looking backward. But what if it didn't have to be? What if it could be about excitement and looking forward? You know, the reason we feel that anxiety is because the traditional system, well, it's kind of broken. It's built on a foundation that doesn't really serve the real purpose. So let's talk about what the true goal of performance management should actually be. And this right here, this is the single biggest shift we need to make. The old way was all about grading the past, right? Putting a label on what's already done. The new way, the coaching way, is all about building the future. The real goal is to get beyond just telling someone how they did and start truly empowering them to unlock their own potential. Okay, so how do we actually do that? Well, it all kicks off with a massive change in your mindset as a leader. It's about making a conscious choice to step out of that role of the judge and instead put on your coach's hat. And look at this comparison, it lays out the difference so clearly. The judge is always looking in the rearview mirror, focusing on mistakes and delivering these final verdicts that, let's be honest, just create fear and make people defensive. But the coach? A coach is totally future-focused. They're asking questions to help people figure things out for themselves, building up the confidence someone needs to actually improve. It's a huge shift from talking at someone to talking with them. Now, changing your mindset is awesome, but thinking like a coach isn't enough on its own. To make this stuff real, you need a practical framework. So let's look at how we can build this into a process you can actually use. A framework that keeps people accountable while still helping them grow. And let's be really clear about something. Coaching isn't about being soft. Not at all. It's about being incredibly clear. It all starts with setting crystal clear expectations. I mean, what does a win even look like? Then, you've got to track progress in a way that's fair and totally transparent. And finally, when it's time for those conversations, you bring both firmness on the standards and real empathy for the human being sitting across from you. And that brings us to the absolute heart of the matter, the actual feedback conversation. This is the moment where that coaching mindset really comes to life. It's the moment you can either build someone up or tear them down. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? This is the tightrope every great leader has to walk. It's not one or the other. You have to have both. Accountability makes sure the work gets done and done well, but encouragement, that's what makes sure the person doing the work feels supported and actually wants to get better. And this is the real payoff when you strike that balance. So when there's a challenge you need to talk about, you don't just point out what went wrong. No, you use it as a starting point, a launch pad for a conversation about their development. You start asking questions like, so how can we work on this together? Or what kind of support do you need from me to grow in this area? See the difference? So what happens when you start doing this consistently with everyone on your team? Well, something pretty amazing starts to happen. You stop just improving individuals one by one, and you start building an entire culture of high performance. This is the end game. This is what we're all aiming for. A workplace where everybody is laser focused on getting great results, but in a way that truly values the people who are making it happen. It's a culture where ambition and humanity aren't fighting each other. They're actually two sides of the very same coin. And what does that actually look like day to day? Well, it looks like employees tapping into potential they probably didn't even know they had. It looks like a team that's genuinely motivated to get better, not because they're scared, but because they're inspired. You end up with stronger, more resilient teams. And that whole performance review process, it finally becomes what it was always supposed to be: fair, clear, and actually helpful. So as we wrap this up, let's make it super practical. Don't worry about trying to overhaul everything all at once. Just think about this one question. What is one small thing, just one, that you can do this week to start shifting from judge to coach? Maybe it's just asking a few more questions in your next check-in. Or maybe it's framing one piece of feedback around future growth instead of past mistakes. That one small step, that's how this whole transformation begins.